Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Look, Wrestling 101, classes in session. Pay attention to the teachings that's from Andrew and Derrick. I mean, these guys making a killing with no competition. Dynamic duo better than the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys. Everybody make some noise. Mess with them, you get destroyed. They cannot be beat. Take a seat. Watch them do they thing on the MIC. Face defeat. They cannot be seen like JC. Oh my goodness, it's a killing spree.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Wrestling IQ 101. You know me, I'm your host, Derrick Gamble. You can follow Wrestling IQ 101 on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Check us out on iTunes, YouTube, anywhere you get your podcasts and any other streaming at Wrestling IQ 101 for sure. Today is a very special day. Got a very special young man with me today, Alex Kane, the Suplex Assassin. Very happy and excited to have you here, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. I got goosebumps right now.
Goosebumps now, man. Now, like I was saying, man, we were talking. I just saw some of your work, and I'm like, yo, this guy is like legit, man, and I really like your stuff, man. So I wanted to get you on, so you could tell your story to the fans, and I just thought it'd be great to have you on.
Oh yeah, about to go down.
Let's get it. So you're from Georgia, right? You grew up in Georgia your whole life?
Not my whole life. I was born in I think Gainesville, and then like after I was born, we moved to Boca Raton, Florida. I spent I think like 9 years there, and then we moved back to Georgia.
Oh, you moved back. So you've been basically down south, like your whole
yeah,
life.
my whole life. Yeah, down south, my whole life.
Definitely. Yeah, I got family down in Georgia and Florida too as well. That's crazy. I have family both down. How was it like? Just growing up as a kid in the South. I know for me, I'm here in New Jersey, so for me, I used to go down there summertime for family reunions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We'd be riding ATVs in the backyards and all this stuff. So for you, like just growing up there, how was it growing up down there?
So like most of my childhood was in Florida. But like it was weird, like being in Florida, especially Boca Raton, it doesn't feel like the South. Like when you get like when I lived in Georgia, because I think we came to Georgia in about 2005. That's when that's when the South started to feel like the South. But in Florida, it just felt like a whole other world. It was weird. But I used to get into all kinds of crazy stuff when I lived in Florida. Like there was one time we were swinging on a palm tree or whatever, me and my brothers and some kids in the neighborhood, and I was the smallest one. So my bright idea was to let all the other heavy kids go, and then it was my turn to go. So I run back, I swing. All I hear is it break, and I hit the tree. Big old hole in my head or whatever. After that, it was gruesome.
That's crazy, man. that's nuts.
I was in kindergarten at that point too. They put staples in my head, and then they were like, "You can't touch it. You can't go underwater. You can't go swimming or anything like that." And I'm over here bummed that I can't go swimming, not the fact that I have a hole in my head.
Oh man, see that? Look, see, so from a kid, man, you were made for wrestling right away, man. Going into a tree, getting a staple. Oh man, that's pretty crazy. So kind of like tell us your story, how you got into wrestling. Like when did you decide like, hey, I'm gonna take this serious, and like you started training for it? When did that point happen for you?
So I was in my last class in college before, because I dropped out of college. I found that it wasn't for me, and professional wrestling was what I wanted to do. And I was in my last. I just took a test, and I was like, you know what? Today I'm just gonna go do this, because I didn't know how viable a pro wrestling career was. So I got in my car. I drove down to WWE 4. And my first day, I hope Ashley never sees this, Fox's wife, but my first day there, I think before I even paid, Fox was like, yo, you want to get in the ring, man? I was like, yeah, heck yeah. We just did like a little roll, like a little drop down roll drill But like after like I dropped down the first time, I was like, "Yep, this is it. I'm doing this."
Oh man, see that's pretty dope. And yeah, that's pretty dope, man. And you were trained by AR Fox, right?
AR Fox.
So how like what was like what's like the most valuable thing? Yeah, ARA, that's a good dude right there. What's like the most like valuable thing you would say that you learned from AR so far?
So far is like really believing. I guess a lot of coaches say this, but like really believing in yourself and your character. Because like you don't necessarily want to cultivate a character just because somebody else likes it. You want to cultivate a character that you like, in a style that you like. So just like being, I guess really just being as confident as possible. That's what he tries to instill in all of us. Um, because I feel like it's lacking a lot in wrestling today. Is people just like really believing in themselves.
Yeah, no, definitely. Um, and like you say, you train at WWA for Pro Wrestling. Um, how have your experiences been there? And anybody that doesn't know about WWA for, just tell the fans, what it's about, what you guys stand for, and how it's been for you.
I guess the coolest thing about being at the WWA 4 is, so Fox's whole mission is, can't since he can't go to WWE, because he has his own issues, his own past. His like sole focus is getting each and every one of us signed. And I mean, he has Theory, he has Rough now, um, and it's like he doesn't waste your time. There's a lot of schools out here that you'll get there, you'll pay your money, but you'll for like 6 months, you won't even get into the ring. You'll just be doing lockups and rolls outside of the ring while everybody else is inside the ring.
Yeah.
But like first day you get there, like I said, even before I paid, he had me in the ring. And he just gets right down to business. He's not there to waste your time. He's there to make you a professional wrestler. So like first day, you're in there bumping, you're in there doing moves, running the ropes, all that stuff. But like he breaks down wrestling in a way that like literally anybody could understand it. Cause he always told us, or he always tells us, like wrestling is easy. Um, the wrestling aspect of it is easy. Like it's probably the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. And I've wrestled in college. Yeah, I wrestled in college. So it's literally like the easiest thing ever. And like he's he's just the man. Like he's just the man. Like that's the best way I can put it. He's the man. If you want,
Definitely, yeah. And you said you did wrestling.
yeah, I did wrestling
Yeah,
in high
no,
school
yeah,
and
definitely.
college.
You.
Yeah, I did wrestling
Mhm.
in high school and college. I wrestled for 8 years, um, amateur and amateur up to collegiate. Um, and I mean that was an awesome experience. I'm glad that I did that, because if I didn't do that, I probably wouldn't be the wrestler I am today.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was gonna say. Do you think that helped the transition into pro wrestling? It was a lot easier coming from that world.
Most definitely, like coming in from a combat sport into a theatrical combat sport, yeah, it definitely made it way easier, because like you're already used to wrestling in front of hundreds of thousands of people, because people used to, I mean, I never understood it, but I mean people used to pack out wrestling meets or wrestling tournaments.
Yeah,
So you're already used to being on that stage. Now you just have to add the theatrics to it.
yeah, definitely. So for you, when you first fell in love with wrestling, do you kind of have that moment, or anything that you remember that triggered and made you fall in love with wrestling as a kid, or anything like that?
Um, so like I guess my journey to like professional wrestling is kind of, I guess, different from others, because I know others like grew up watching it like first. I
Yeah,
actually grew up playing the video games first.
got you.
I remember I was sitting in my living room, and I think I was playing like Donkey Kong or something, and my brother's friend came in and is like, "Yo, have you heard of this game?" And I'm like, I think it was Warzone. And he's like, yeah, it's a wrestling game. And I was like, huh, what? Wrestling? Oh, okay. What is this? And I put it in the N64, turn it on. I start playing. I'm like, Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H. What? I mean, I've heard of these people, but I've never actually got to like watch it. So like that's how I started. I started playing video games. And then I remember I was about six or seven. And I think I saw Jeff Hardy jump off of a ladder. I think he was wrestling Undertaker on Raw for the Undisputed Championship, I believe. I think it was a ladder match. So I saw Jeff Hardy go off. I was like, yep, yeah. I wanted to be Jeff Hardy. Yep. But now that I'm grown up, I'm like, I don't want to be Jeff Hardy. But that's what I was like, yes, this is it. And I would tell anybody that would listen, I'm going to be a professional wrestler one day.
No, that's crazy, man. And now, hey, look, you're definitely on your way. For you, so is there anything that you enjoy outside of wrestling? Like, do you have any other hobbies or any talents or anything that people wouldn't know necessarily that you're good at?
Well, I guess one, I love video games. I like shooter games, and then I can sing. Yeah. I'm not going to sing for you, but yes, I can sing. I think it's like in my like blood to sing. Like my mom is a really good singer. My sister's a really good singer. My twin brother's also a really good singer. My younger brother, I don't know if my older brother can sing, but I can sing though.
Oh man, look at that. See, you gotta put that into your gimmick now, man. You gotta serious suplex assassin that sings. Oh man. That'll be hilarious. That'll definitely be hilarious. So for you, you get something coming up, October 30th, I want to believe. You got a match with Brian Pillman coming up for Ride Pro Wrestling.
Yes,
Brian
sir.
Pillman Jr.
Yes, sir.
How excited for you for that, and to have that opportunity?
I am. Like when I first like saw it, when the booker first told me that I was wrestling Pillman, like I didn't believe it. And even in the chat, I kind of missed it. And then I went into a group chat with my friend James Bandy and the Gotch brothers. You'll know about them soon enough. They're really good dudes. But they were like, I was like, what am I doing on the 30th? And it's like, you're wrestling Pillman. I was like, what? I'm wrestling Brian Pillman Jr.? Holy crap. Oh, man. Holy crap. Somebody thinks I'm good at this. I mean, I am, but still, someone thinks I'm good at this.
No, that's dope, man. That's a good look for sure. He's fresh off, he's doing this stuff with AEW. So if anything for you, man, that's just putting more eyes on you. And I think it's good. How does that feel that, a company trusts you to be in the ring and, to put on a good match with, stars that they're bringing in from the outside?
It's very, I guess the word would be humbling. Because like, I think a lot of the time, like before, like, I guess my name started like catching buzz and like I started like really on this path of having really, really good matches. That was a while there. I was like, man, am I even good at this? Like good, like am I just gonna be out here on the indies just wrestling for the rest of my life until I decide to hang up my boots? But right, I mean, like I don't really like when I'm out there wrestling, like I'm not necessarily thinking about like, oh, this match is gonna like get me to the next level or this, that, and third. I'm just out there trying to have the best match I possibly can, and even steal the show, and make it, and I guess make the other guys that come after me on the card like have to compete with that match. Yeah. So definitely, having the trust of any booker for me to go one-on-one or whatever the match is, for me to be in there with somebody who's at the level that I want to be at. Yeah, I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a great feeling, man. I could definitely understand. So for you, we have Brian Pillman coming up. So for you, I would ask this is a two-part question. I would say, for you so far, who do you think is your best opponent and your best match that you had so far? And going towards the future, are there any guys out there that you want to get in the ring with that you haven't been in the ring with yet?
My best opponent and my favorite, it's the same person, Bobby Flacco. He is my favorite, my literal favorite person to wrestle. And like I think we've wrestled like 13 times. We really can't keep count at this point, but literally anytime we get in the ring, it is magic. And then I guess somebody that, well, I wrestled him at the Future Showcase that SCI puts on, Scenic City. Nolan Edwards is somebody I want to wrestle again. But as far as somebody that I haven't been in the ring with, that I've always wanted to wrestle, it would be Austin Theory. I know he's in NXT right now, and we went to the same school, but that's definitely somebody I want to get in the ring with.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna catch up to him, man. You're gonna get to the next level, and then you guys you'll hash it out at that point, man.
That's
That'll
right.
definitely be dope. So for you, I mean, from talking to you, I mean, I think it's pretty clear. But for you, like, what are your goals personally that you want to accomplish with wrestling?
I know like a lot of people, they'll say like, oh, I want to be a WWE superstar. And yes, I would love to be a WWE superstar. I'd love to be an AEW superstar, Impact. I just, wherever I land, wherever point the next level that I land, I just want to be able to be as much of myself as possible. I mean, I understand that, you know, you'll have to play certain roles. You might get a whole new character. But I want to be able to, I want to get paid to do this and be able to provide for my family comfortably. Though that is my goal, and to continue having dope matches with people.
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely understand that. All right, so when I say names like Brock Lesnar, Taz, Kurt Angle, you're the Suplex Assassin. But for you, not including yourself, who do you think is the best suplexer of all time?
Taz.
Yeah.
All day. Taz all day.
I feel like he revolutionized it, and like he popped it off for like everybody, man.
Yep.
He was so great at doing that.
And he hit. Anytime I like need like another suplex or another idea of to hit one, I just go to his, like, I'll type in like 30 moves of Taz or whatever, and I'll just go through and watch it like over and over and over again. Yeah, Taz is definitely Taz created Suplex City.
definitely, yeah. Taz, man, he was definitely a beast, man. And sometimes he was doing those suplexes, man. I used to think he was really hurting dudes, man. I used to be scared as a kid watching, but it was like, hey, he was just that good at making it look that good. So for you also, you know, your birthday just passed as well. So, you know, happy birthday to you as well.
Thank you, sir.
You're a Libra, right?
Yes.
I'm a Libra too, October 16th.
Hey.
So definitely, that's why I like you, man. That's why I like you. But were you able to do anything special with everything that's going on?
So my girlfriend bought me this hat, which has my logo in the Alex Kane Suplex Assassin on it. And then I want to say Thursday, she took me to North Carolina to see like some of the like really like nice waterfalls that they have there. And at first I was like, this is gonna be terrible. Like, I'm not gonna like this or whatever. When I got there and I was just looking at the waterfalls, I'm like, this is amazing. This is amazing. Mm-hmm. We had to do some hiking to get to some of the other ones, but I really enjoyed it. I will definitely do it again.
Yeah, see, that's awesome. That's always how it is, man. Our women, they know better than what we give them credit for knowing, man. That's what it is. So for you, like, let's say, what is your favorite music that you like to listen to?
You know, someone's probably gonna give me crap for this, but I don't even know what to put. I mean, I don't necessarily like the mumble rap, but like some of this newer age stuff that's coming out, I really like it. I really do. It is. I mean, I listen to most time I listen to music is when I'm at the gym. And so like I mean, I don't want to have to think about the music that I'm listening to. I just want to listen to it. I just want to bop to it. I want to get hyped to it. So whatever this music is called right now in 2020, that's what I like.
That's a good pick. Good pick. Yeah, you gotta appreciate the new school, man. You can't just be all the old school and lyrics all the time.
Yeah,
you gotta appreciate some of that new stuff, man. What about are you a show guy? Are you a binger? You like or there's movies that you're into?
I'm definitely a binger. I'm before this interview, I was watching Schitt's Creek. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
That's a really, really good one. I just finished Grand Army.
On
Netflix. Yeah, that was really good. And then me and my girlfriend are watching Young Sheldon right now.
Nice. I'm gonna have to check those out. I started with Grand Army. I'm like I want to say like 5 episodes in, so I'm gonna have to catch up on that one. What about movies? You a big movie guy?
Not really. I mean, I don't know. Movies are weird for me. It's like, you know, like people they'll watch movies and they can quote like lines and stuff to you.
Yeah.
Nope. Sorry, not gonna happen. Like as soon as I watch it, like, oh, this is really cool. It's just out my brain. I mean, I do like watching movies. Man. I mean, I love them, but I mean, I'm not a huge movie guy. I like series, TV shows.
See, the thing with series, man, series are dangerous, man. Because you start watching one episode at 10 o'clock at night, and next thing you know, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. That's why I try to like watch them at a decent time, but it's so hard, man. It's so hard.
Have you watched the 100?
You're talking about.
Have you watched?
I haven't seen that.
You have to see that. That's a really good series. It's like 7 seasons now, 7 seasons now. It's a really good series. You should definitely watch it.
Oh man, see, you trying to have me up all night watching these things, man.
Yes.
I just finished up with Legacies. I don't know if you ever seen Legacies.
No, I think I started. I think I'm like episode 2. I couldn't get into it. I'm gonna try again though.
Yeah, man. Nah, I'm sci-fi. Like anything sci-fi, vampires, monsters, gargoyles, all that stuff. I'm into it, man. I love that stuff, man. So that's basically what it is. So if you like that, you'll enjoy it.
Okay.
But for you, you were talking about you know, the type of music you're listening to when you're working out. What is like because you're in pretty good shape, man. I saw you doing some workouts as well. What is like a typical training routine for you? What is like a typical day of you in the weight room or whatever? What are you working?
So I started this. I think it's called like the Matthias method, and it's kind of like It's kind of powerlifting, kind of bodybuilding. So like a typical day for me, like my Mondays is like my squat training day. So I'll go in and I'll do pause squats, which is, I guess the thing with me in squats is like for like the past 6 months, I haven't been squatting because my knee has been hurting. And I thought that not squatting was going to make my knee feel better, but it's been the exact opposite. So I've been squatting for 2 weeks now. So I'll go and I'll do pause squats, and then I'll do that like 3 sets of 5. And then I'll do regular deep squats, 5 sets of 5. And then I think I go to sumo deadlifts. And then I got a bunch of accessories. I can't remember right now. But like 3 or 4 accessories. And then I'll do some like ab rollouts with the barbell. Those are really, really good for you. You should try to do those every day if you can. Those are great. I'll get some like cardio conditioning in. 9 times out of 10, it is going to be a big tire and a sledgehammer. Best cardio workout ever. I don't care what anybody says. I hate running. And then I'll do like some mobility stretches and stuff, and that's my day.
I hear you, man. You make it sound so easy, man. You make it sound so easy. But then the sledgehammers, oh man. I can only imagine doing that.
Like Triple H.
Yeah, I know. That's the first thing. Of course, that's the first thing everybody thinks about when they hear sledgehammer, for sure. That's pretty crazy. Now does your does your like game plan or does your like training, does it differ when you're going into a big match, kind of like, you have Pillman coming up? Like, does your mindset change? Do you think differently, or is it just business as usual?
Well, since this is like the first time, yeah, this is like it's not the first big match that I've had, but it's the first match that I've had with like a name. Um, uh, my tr- no, my training really hasn't changed. But like when it comes to, I guess you can call it game planning, that does change. Like I have, I guess, I step up like my ideas. Like I always try to keep like everything I do like fresh. Because yes, I throw a lot of suplexes. In the beginning of the Suplex Assassin, it was just Brock Lesnar shit, just toss people around. But like now, I've been able to incorporate the suplexes into spots because but not like run. I don't do running spots. You can keep that. I'm not about to do a bunch of 600 arm drags and none of that. But like I try to find like cool ways, cool transitions to get into my suplexes. So definitely for this match, I've gotten to wrestle with Pillman before. At Pro South, we were in a tag team match. But we just did like some big man lockup stuff, a little bit of chaining. It wasn't nothing too serious. But I'm hoping that this match we get to create some fireworks. And I'm a babyface at that promotion. Most of the time I'm a heel, so it's gonna be fun getting to shine on them.
Oh man, yeah, definitely. When it comes to that, do you have one you prefer? Do you prefer like doing the face stuff, or you prefer doing the heel work?
Um, I think I prefer. Actually, I can't really say that. I like being a babyface. Because a lot of people think being a babyface is hard. Being babyface is easy. You come out, people, especially if your music cool. Because my music is cool, so you come out, they pop to your music. They're like, "Yeah, Alex Kane never leaving." Da da da. Get in the ring, you get your butt kicked, you kick his butt, and you go home. Like it's easy. Being a heel is fun because from a good chunk of the match, you're in control.
Yeah.
But I think I like being a baby face more. I'd rather like get the sympathy and stuff.
Got you. You want the people to cheer for you.
Yes.
Definitely.
But I mean, it
So,
happens
yeah.
when I'm a heel too. So, I mean, I think because like I don't want to go on too much. I don't want to go too much on a ramble, but I think like now, I think wrestling is trying to get away from the babyface heel dynamic. And for me, like even if I do like some of the dirtiest stuff, like people will still cheer me, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think wrestling fans aren't stupid. Like if you're good, you're good. They're gonna cheer you. They're gonna like you. So yeah, I think I'm like a tweener.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's funny that you were talking about Taz because that's kind of like what I got. I kind of got like a mix of like Taz and like Shelton Benjamin, Kurt Angle type vibes when I was watching you. And I feel like Taz was like the same way. He was kind of like, it was like he was a bad guy, but people liked him because he was so badass. Yeah. And I kind of feel like that's kind of like where you fall in the same way as just like that, man. So it's like people are always been like a badass. Same thing as Stone Cold. Look, he was supposed to be bad too, and then look at him.
The Rock was supposed to be bad too.
Yeah, that's just how it is. So I think that's kind of how you are as well. When it comes to sports, did you play any other sports besides wrestling? Did you do any other sports in high school, college, anything like that?
I played high school football and I ran track for 2 years. And then in college, after I got burnt out on wrestling, I played rugby for a year.
Oh wow, you did rugby too. Oh man, dude. So you're built for this, man. Like rugby, football. You got cardio down with track. It's like you're built for this. Oh man. Do you have any sports that you follow on TV? Basketball, football, baseball, anything like that?
It's weird. I like before wrestling I used to, but like now it's like all wrestling. Like, and that's another thing. That's another thing from Fox. Like Fox was like my first few weeks there. He was like, you have to become obsessed with wrestling in order to be really good at it. So like from then on, it was just like all just watching wrestling as much as I possibly can. So I've kind of cut everything else out. And I always said I would not become that guy, but
That's
I became
dedication.
that guy.
That's definitely dedication.
Yeah.
That's dedication, man. Hey, you got to be good at your craft, and you're definitely on your way to being, one of the best at it. How do you feel? Because from when I was younger, wrestling is a lot different than what it was when I was a kid. How do you just feel about the the vibes of independent wrestling today and just being a part of it? Like, what are your thoughts just on wrestling today?
I think I like wrestling more now than I ever have. Because like it's so professional, independent wrestling is so inclusive. And like, I mean, I hear vets all the time say they wish that the business would go back like 10, 15 years. But I mean, like 10, 15 years ago, you weren't going to have the LGBTQ, you weren't going to have trans people. You weren't going to have as many black people, people that look like me in wrestling. So like now, like they said back in the day was the golden. I just think right now it's like the golden age of wrestling. That's just me though.
Yeah, no, definitely. Do you I don't know. So do you ever feel like a sense of responsibility, or kind of like being a symbol of what kids could be? Because like you said, you're black, you wrestle. I'm a black podcaster, so that's just special in itself. That you got somebody that's running the show that's black, talking to a wrestler that's black. That's pretty special right there itself. Do you ever feel like a symbol or responsibility for, kids to show like, hey, you could get here too. I came from the same place and, I'm making it and you could do it as well. Do you ever feel like that symbol?
Yeah, I definitely do feel that way. It's kind of like that way for my nephews. Like they watch all of my stuff. My oldest nephew, his name's Gray. He watches all of my matches, anything I post, like religiously. It's sweet. It's kind of crazy though. But yeah, definitely like when I'm a heel at some shows, I kind of like, I think every heel has a code, and like my code is like representation is everything. So I don't care if I'm a good guy or bad guy. If a little black kid comes up to me and he's like, yo, I really liked your match, or he wants a high five, or he wants an autograph, he wants a shirt, I'm gonna do that. Like, and like a lot of promoters with, oh, that's your Babyface. And I'm like, no, like I'm not gonna scar this little kid for life for heat. Like, no, like this is, I mean, really any kid, I'm not gonna try to scar them for life. I ain't got time for that. Because I could go to another city and that kid could go to that same show and I'd be a good guy there, and they'd be like, well, you scarred me for life at the last show, so yeah. I'm not cheering for you now.
Definitely. Alex, man, like I said, man, for you, I think the future is, super bright, man. I think you're going to do a lot of great things in this business, and I can't wait to see, where you go from here. If any of the fans listening want to follow you, they want to check you out on social media, get merchandise, anything, where can they find you at, and where can they find all that stuff at?
So merchandise, prowrestlingtees.com/Suplex Island. And then social media, Instagram, I think it's a Suplex Assassin. I think it is. Twitter's I think Twitter's also Suplex Assassin. Don't go to Facebook. I got like 94 like friend requests. I ain't got time for it.
Perfect, man. But once again, Alex, man, I really appreciate you taking out this time and coming on and giving the fans a little bit of insight into who you are as a person and a wrestler.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, man, definitely. Hopefully, we'll see you again in the future. Definitely can't wait to have you back again, man. And for us, this is Wrestling IQ 101. Once again, You can follow us Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Wrestling IQ 101. Make sure you check out this interview and all our other great interviews on iTunes, YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, anywhere you get your podcasts out. Thank you for listening. Make sure you subscribe. And for this episode, me and Alex, we are out.